So you're looking to get into like agriculture or homesteading, but you're not quite sure where to start off at. I'm going to give you a few tips. First, understand this is a very solitary lifestyle. It is. You're going to spend probably about 8 to 12 hours a day by yourself with your own thoughts. Like, it doesn't matter if you're doing homesteading, it doesn't matter if you're doing agriculture as a venture. You're going to be by yourself a lot of the time. You better be comfortable being alone. Now, I know some of you who have very rich social lives are going to go, "Oh, I can be by myself." And I don't think you're understanding 8 to 12 hours a day. That has the potential of making you extremely depressed. And when you're depressed, you're not going to be motivated. And if you're not motivated, you're not going to be successful. So, really start thinking, can I really be by myself for 8 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week? Second, start saving. Agriculture or homesteading requires a lot of money. And while you may purchase land or certain equipment with loans aren't going to be able to cover everything. You're going to need cold hard cash in order to pay for things. Never mind, you're going to need that cash to pay for loans that you took out on like an equipment or on your land in order to, keep those items. Third, start studying. A lot of people believe in this lie that it's a much simpler lifestyle, hence the reason why it's so attractive. But the truth is, it's far from simple. If you're raising livestock, you need to know everything about the livestock you're raising. If you're trying to tend and raise crops, you need to know everything about the crops that you're tending and raising. You need to know plumbing, electrical, mechanics, like everything, because you're going to be doing 99.9% of all of that on your own. Sorry, YouTube doesn't always work when you're out in the field. Certain equipment, when you're starting off, don't buy used. I get it. A used tractor is cheaper than a new one, but there's something that the new one has that the used one does not. Things like warranties, things like a dealership, like right down the road or maybe a town over, is much easier to go with than maybe used equipment that can be considered orphaned. Orphaned equipment is equipment that was normally made as a joint venture, and because both sides own some parts of the rights to that equipment, there's not a whole lot of replacement parts. So unless you know how to turn around and rebuild a freaking fuel pump from 1970, you're going to be very, very disappointed when your equipment breaks. Last, have an exit plan. The chance of failure is very, very real. I don't care if you say, "It can't happen to me, I'm too good." No, guess what? It's still a potential, and you need to have an exit plan. It's better to have an exit plan and not use it than require an exit plan and not have one. Doesn't matter how much Joel Salatin you read, you still have the potential of failing. These are just some harsh truths that you need to come to terms with in order to get started.